Good afternoon, Bitcoiners, and welcome to Bitcoin for Mere Mortals, the channel we're going to talk about Bitcoin, crypto assets, technology, and the future. Bitcoin for Mere Mortals is a book available at Amazon. If you want it for free in PDF format, just ask for it below in the comments, and I will send it to you for free. No strings attached. Here we don't give financial advice; we give education and entertainment. Well, what's going on? Bitcoin is sinking, it's going to zero. This is a disaster. Oh my god, what's going on? What's the reason why Bitcoin is going so low? We've lost 10, probably more percent since last week, and nobody knows what's going to happen next. Nobody knows the future, of course. No, and that's true for Bitcoin, for the euro, for the dollar, for gold, for stock market, and for everything else, and for life. Nobody knows when will it be the end. But we have few reasons to be optimistic about the Bitcoin, about the future, and why this is a very good price to buy and to DCA into Bitcoin. Let's have a look. Everything is in red, and well, that means that it's a bargain. Last week it was 40,000, now it's 34,000. It's better to buy at 34 than at 40. That's quite clear, especially if you believe and if you know that the fundamentals of Bitcoin are stronger than ever. Of course, the fear is extreme at the moment, and this is good. When everybody is afraid, people are panic selling, and you can buy at a very low prices. And here we can have a look at the candle chart. We went from here 40,000 to all the way down to 34, which is pretty low. But it can go lower, of course. It could go lower. It could stay here, or it can go up. Yeah. So that's the three possibilities. Nobody knows in the short term what's going to happen, but in the long run, we will wish we have bought more at these prices for sure. Let's have a look at a few charts here. First, this is the here in black we have the price of Bitcoin over the years, and this is in red is the how the price went down from the all-time high. We had an all-time high here, 2011, and then the price dropped 90%. Then we have another all-time here in 2013, and it dropped almost 80%. And then again here, 80% dropped, and so on and so on. So every time it drops, the people that bought at the all-time high think, oh my god, I'm losing my money, I'm gonna lose everything, and they panic sell, and they sell. And believe it or not, people bought at $10, and when it went down to $2, they sold. And now they probably sold hundreds of Bitcoins there. And in fact, I know people that sold a few hundreds of Bitcoin for less than $10 each. And now when it is at 40,000 or 34,000, they're thinking, oh my god, how stupid that was, So don't let that happen to you. And also don't think that if you had bought at $10, you would be now a millionaire, because if you would have bought at $10, probably you didn't have the conviction to hold it for 10 years. That's not so easy to do. That's not for many people to do. So only a few people understand Bitcoin well enough to be able to buy at $10 and hold it for 10 years. And only a few people can understand enough Bitcoin to buy at 34,000 and hold it for another 10 years. Are you one of them? I hope so. I am. Also, in a few news this week, when people are selling, when people are panicking and selling, others whales, investors like Terra Luna bought 37,000 Bitcoin. That's a lot of money. And they bought very cheap, because they know that's they already have 80,000 Bitcoin already, and they bought at this price because they know it's going up. It's a no-brainer. So when you sell, these people will be buying from your coins. Also, I'm gonna play you this video from Cynthia Loomis. She's a senator from Texas.
I encourage people to buy and hold. I encourage them to say Bitcoin
Wyoming.
for their retirement, for their future. And that's because as the Congress spends trillions and trillions of dollars and is flooding our economy and the world economy with US dollars, there's no way that we cannot.
Yeah, I won't play the whole thing on, it's too long. But basically she says she's a Bitcoiner, she has 5 Bitcoin, and she recommends to buy Bitcoin for the long run and keep it for your retirement. Bitcoin is your pension, like a charter in this book says that Bitcoin is your pension. Any other pension is a scam. Also, I want to show you this video from Texas, which is they're talking about mining Bitcoin in Texas using the flare gas, which is very polluting, and it's been a big problem in oil in the oil industry.
Taking advantage of that unused energy to mine for Bitcoins, a type of cryptocurrency. And today, the Midland-Odessa Transportation Alliance, or MOTRAN, hosted a seminar to let people know more about it. Rachel Robinson tells us more about the push to get more miners here. Rachel.
Yeah, Crystal, cryptocurrencies are more relevant than ever. And for cryptocurrency to work, you need machines and computers to authenticate those currencies. And those machines need power. And energy and power is what we're known for here in the Permian Basin. So putting both of those things together just makes sense.
Flaring burns off excess gas that isn't used.
There you go. This gas is methane. Methane is very, very polluting, very bad for the environment. And they burn it because they don't know what to do with it. When you put a mining rig, a mining farm near the oil wells, you don't need to burn the methane. You can use methane to produce energy to mine Bitcoin. So this is a perfect combination in between a financial asset and the environment. So Bitcoin is actually cleaning the world. What else? A house is being sold for the first time in Portugal for 3 Bitcoin, and this is the first ever direct transaction. In a way, this makes Bitcoin legal tender in Portugal, because that is the definition of legal tender. Legal tender is that money that you can use to buy stuff. If you can buy a house in Portugal for Bitcoin and everything is legal, everything is perfectly, regulated, it means that Portugal is a Bitcoin country as well. And this is very important. It's the first, but it won't be the last for sure. And Portugal is doing a few policies and a few regulations that are very, very positive for Bitcoiners, and many Bitcoiners, especially from America, are moving to Portugal. So even though Europe is not it's not very friendly for Bitcoin, Portugal is. So there you go. I'm bullish about Portugal. Also, I want to show you this article and I wrote in the Medium platform. I'll put the link below if you want to read it. I'm just gonna talk about it a little bit, explain a little bit about what I wrote about. Basically, Warren Buffett this week says that he hates Bitcoin and it's rubbish and it's rat poison and all that, right? And then I've been researching why or why not he dislikes Bitcoin so much. And here's what I say is that, but first, that Warren Buffett is one of the best investors of all times, and I respect his views. And I have read his book. I got here, The Essays of Warren Buffett. Quite interesting book. And also the principle he recommends for anybody investing anywhere is that if you if you want to invest in something, first study what you want to study the asset first, and when you are fully convinced, then invest for the long run. If you are not willing to hold it for 10 years, then don't buy anything that you're not able to hold it for 10 years. And don't diversify. Once you know what you want, just go for it, and only for that. Never invest in something that you don't understand. Very important. If you cannot handle 50% dips, then investing is not for you. Be fearful when others are greedy and vice versa. No should be the default answer, and the best strategies very often is to do nothing at all. I explain. I follow all these principles, and by following all these principles, I have bought Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is exactly what is the answer for me and for many people when you follow this principle, but it's not for him. But let's see why it's not for him, why he's investing in other things and he will never invest in Bitcoin. Well, first he became a billionaire in the old system, and now he's faithful to the old system because the banks, the governments, and the financial industry is giving him free money to invest. So he cannot really go against that now and become loyal to Bitcoin. It just doesn't make sense for him. And besides, if Bitcoin succeeds, which it will, everybody who has a big amount of money in fiat money or in fiat investments, they will lose money. And because he has a lot of money in insurance, banking, and all that, he will lose money. So it's not in his interest that Bitcoin succeeds. Also, one of the problems is his age. I mean, he's 92. If you're 92, you're not prepared to make the effort to understand the technology. If you don't understand technology, you will never invest. He's investing in all things, in things from the 20th century, like pharma, big pharma, food industry, banking, insurance, and all that. These are all assets, which are fine. Most of them will do well, more or less, but he doesn't understand technology. Also, the market, he preferred to buy in a market that can be easily manipulated by him, manipulated by his friends, manipulated by the government and the banks and the financial industry. If you can manipulate something, of course you are going to make more money. Bitcoin cannot be manipulated, at least not at the level that the stock market and other industries can be manipulated. So because it's decentralized, and so he's not interested for him. And he also suffers from cognitive dissonance, because everything he says in the book and everywhere, it would make sense for him to invest in Bitcoin, but he doesn't, because he doesn't acknowledge that there is a contradiction in what he's saying and what he's doing. So yeah, basically, he will never invest in Bitcoin, but doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's already too old to invest in Bitcoin. Also, I want to show you also from Texas that Tesla, Block, and Blockstream are teaming up to mine Bitcoin of solar power in Texas. So solar energy, producing clean energy, used to mine Bitcoin and store that energy into a financial asset. So this is making Bitcoin a huge battery. You can consider Bitcoin a huge battery. So this is very good. And I'm going to play you this thing as well. Let's have a look. When you look at the price of Bitcoin this week, it goes like that. It's, oh my God, I'm going to lose everything. But then you zoom out and you will see this. Oh, it's not so bad. Oh, okay, it's actually good. Oh my God, it's quite good. Oh, this is very good. So there you go. Oh, stop. So there you go. This is the chart you have to look at. You have to look at the Bitcoin from the beginning until now, and then you realize that it's the best investment ever, and it's gonna keep going up like this forever. Also, there's a very useful feature of Bitcoin is that to accumulate $1 billion in Bitcoin, you need all this. I mean, in gold, you mean all this gold, and then all the security that comes with it, etc., etc. But to accumulate $1 billion in Bitcoin, you just need this, a cold wallet, and not even that, because you can memorize 12 words in your head, and you will have $1 billion or whatever amount of money. You can accumulate infinite money in your head just by remembering 12 words. Okay, so at the end of the day, this is the market. We could be in a bear market. It could go lower, but if you are convinced that the future is bright, like I am, then you will buy more Bitcoin now, because now is a very good price compared to what it was a few days ago. Bitcoin is not for the weak hands. If you are a weak hand, you will be selling now, and you will be regretting all your life your decision. This is for strong hands, and the market is testing how convinced, how strong you are in your convictions about Bitcoin. If you're not yet convinced, I recommend that you keep reading, keep watching videos, and keep learning about Bitcoin, because if you learn about Bitcoin, you'll be 100% convinced. And then it's a matter of time to go from here to 1 million. Bitcoin will be worth $1 million and more in less than 10 years. And Bitcoin is your retirement, Bitcoin is for the long term, Bitcoin for the next 10 years and for the next 100 years. So don't be weak, don't sell now, or you will regret. This is not financial advice, it's education and entertainment. Remember to press the notification bell, comment, retweet, and I will see you next week. Bye bye, thank you.